was gonna review My Sims for the Nintendo Wii, but this game is ass! I'd rather eat the diseased dick of a dying donkey than play this. It's as fun as f***ing a fan. EA can suck my balls for making this shit stain. GameStop should have been arrested for even selling it to me. I'd rather pull my dick off than play this. I'd rather kill myself. I'd rather f***ing bitch in a piece of fucking stain. The angry video game nerd. I just realized this is probably not looking very good on green screen, is it? It's good water. Fun fact, the iconic AVGN theme song lyrics say, "Eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk."
He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer.
But the first time he actually says the line in the videos, he says, "Eat out the rotten asshole."
I'd rather eat out the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk than play this game.
And yeah, those are two very different things. So who actually is the angry video game nerd? I assume most people watching this probably know already, but just in case, the Angry Video Game Nerd is a show made by James Rolfe that first aired in 2004. In the show, James plays the somewhat fictional character named, I guess, the Angry Video Game Nerd. I don't think he actually has a name. The Nerd. And he essentially reviews and gets very angry at bad video games. It's fairly self-explanatory, honestly. When I first started this channel, God knows how long ago, I wanted to make video game related videos. I had a lot of passion for doing that, but what I didn't have was direction at all, any direction.
PeanutButterGamer here, so I figured I'd come out here and sit by this little
wow, enthralling content. I would like to sign up for more of this, please.
I was just kind of doing random skits.
If you call yourself a gamer and you don't play your Nintendo DS while driving, you're a joke.
Sometimes I'd rant into the camera. I used to upload random gameplay trailers that I thought would get views. I actually almost lost this channel due to 2 copyright strikes from Take-Two Interactive. I'm still mad at you guys for that. I will never let it go. But that all changed when I discovered Angry Video Game Nerd. He was a huge inspiration for the way I structured my videos moving forward. And I mean, frankly, he still is a big inspiration to me even to this day. I even met him a couple times at conventions. I remember the first time I was just sitting in a circle of a bunch of random people that I didn't really know, and we were all talking about video games. And here comes James. He just walks up, gets into the circle, and starts talking to us like we all don't know who he is. Very, very humble person from my experience. I don't think it's a stretch to say that if James Rolfe didn't do the Angry Video Game Nerd, then I would not have really had any success with this channel. I would not have known what to do, and I'm definitely not the only one. James Rolfe has inspired countless people. A lot of your favorite channels, especially if they're video game related and have been around for a long time, were probably inspired by James Rolfe in some form or fashion. He was the first person by my account to ever do this sort of video game review style format, but according to some people, he is a, quote, man full of hateful rhetoric and crude language, and was responsible for corrupting a generation of young people.
What a shitload of motherfucking bullfuck!
Ah yes, surely all of today's ills can be traced back to a man saying shitballs into a camera in 2004. I feel like some people retcon him as this sort of angry, edgy gamer bro, and if I'm being as fair as absolutely humanly possible, his videos did have a sort of edge to them, I guess.
I mean, he says stuff like this.
I'm fucking enraged. This is shit sauce.
And this.
It's like puking on a pile of shit.
And this.
I'd rather fucking stand in the middle of a ring of monkeys as they pelt me to death with their own anal waste.
But honestly, especially having gone back and watched the first 5 full seasons as well as a bunch of other episodes, these videos have an almost wholesome vibe to them more than anything. On one hand, it's a bunch of videos of a guy shitting on old video games, sometimes literally shitting on them. But on the other hand, despite all the diarrhea dick jokes,
This game is diarrhea coming out of my dick.
but that's not where it comes from. These videos are very clearly made by someone who has a passion for what they're doing. He was just having fun, and it's really not that surprising to me that people who are watching his videos got inspired to make their own. In fact, there wasn't just people that were inspired by AVGN, there was actually a whole lot of direct clones too.
Pasta fucking absolutely not. This game sucks ass.
Some of them were not very subtle.
I'd rather walk up to an ass and implant my ass up against the ass of the ass and let that ass take a shit up my ass, then play this piece of ass
Although the Angry Video Game Nerd videos, or James Nintendo Nerd videos as they were called at the time, did start out pretty quaint. I mean, the first episode on Castlevania Simon's Quest is literally just him ranting over gameplay footage.
This guy can go all over fighting hordes of evil monsters, but he can't even fucking swim? Did they even test the shitty game out before they released it? What a piece of shit.
Having actual recorded gameplay was pretty impressive at the time. I mean, hardly anyone was making videos about video games at all back then, but the people who were pretty much just setting up camcorders in front of a crappy TV.
Hey, I'm trying to do my Pokemon Snap. Let's play. It says no controller. I have the controller, so I literally have the controller. Stupid shit.
But other than the very premise of a man getting really, really angry at a game that even at the time was very old, there wasn't really a lot of jokes. On the second episode, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, he does actually show up on camera. And he's looking pretty much exactly like you would expect. He's got a pocket pouch.
Although I'd never seen him write anything down.
Ah. Ow. God. Dang. You know what pisses me off? People who don't own Into the Glade of Dreams, the art and design of Rayman by Cook and Becker. This video is sponsored by Cook and Becker. And the Rayman Into the Glade of Dreams, the art and design of Rayman art book of Rayman featuring Rayman. I like that. Cook and Becker is an international art gallery and book publisher that makes high-quality, creative, museum-grade art prints and more. And they're working with Ubisoft to create the Rayman art book. Rayman is one of the most iconic and long-lasting video game characters, and this book celebrates his 30th anniversary with a 250-page hardcover volume. It's got rare concept art, character studies, design documents, and even development anecdotes from the artists and designers who brought him to life. There's two different versions available, the standard edition, which is available at any point, as well as the collector's edition, which is a pre-order exclusive. And it's available only through Christmas 2025. After that, you cannot get it. The collector's edition features an exclusive outer slipcase design, 2 Rayman-style shoe-shaped standees, a booklet-style magnet board with 6 Rayman magnets, and an exclusive Rayman concept art print. Cook and Becker has created the ultimate deep dive on the entire Rayman franchise here, making it the definitive story and celebration of Rayman. Don't miss out on the time-exclusive collector's edition, but if you're watching after the campaign is completed, you can still pick up the standard edition. So pick up your copy and help support my channel with my link bit.ly/RayPeebs, or click the link below and use my code RayPeebs to get 10% off of either version of the book. Thanks for watching this ad, it really helps the channel, and thank you to Cook and Becker for sponsoring. The iconic Angry Video Game Nerd look was here already in episode 2, and it's still pretty much exactly the same to this day. You see more of the nerd's personality in this video.
This game is fucking horrible!
You can really feel his pain, you can see it in his eyes.
That's why I'm coming in front of the camera right now to show you with my own face how fucking bad it is.
This is a man who is tortured by these shitty games. He just cannot let it go.
You'd rather super glue your asshole shut than play that game. You could invent a time machine and go back to the day you played that game and just fucking kill yourself.
Although weirdly, he does have the camera pointed at the TV for this one. I don't know why. But the third episode, Karate Kid, really combines it all. He's on camera, he's got the gameplay, he's got some jokes, he even has some special and practical effects.
I hate this game. It makes me want to kill myself.
You can really start to feel the Angry Video Game Nerd style come together. And from here on out, it just kept growing bigger and faster, and the nerd had finally arrived.
It's fucking pissing me off! Fuck this game! Fuck!
Fucks up the ass, shits at the mouth, poo-poo.
Fuck!
Like puke up a donkey's ass.
Fucking anal jugs. Ball sack. Wiener.
Why are there no fucking continues?
And I don't like it.
That was always my favorite end to an Angry Video Game Nerd rant. Just screaming a bunch of profanity for 2 minutes, only to end it with,
And I don't like it.
so why was AVGN even good anyway? Why did so many people connect with it? For starters, let's consider what early YouTube was even like back then. Well, it was absolutely nothing like it is today. That is probably an understatement. YouTube did have some funny skits and things back then. A personal favorite of mine was Balloon Shop.
Balloon Shop.
Another big inspiration of my channel early on.
Hey!
Derek!
Hey!
I'm enjoying a free Derek!
There was also some less funny skits. And people say I'm loud in my videos. I mean, I am. I'm sorry about that. But most were just random, crunchy-looking clips of whatever the hell. A video of a random kid crashing out because his parents kicked him off of World of Warcraft. A video of a lady falling to her death. Okay, she didn't die. At least I don't think. People filming their pets.
This is my dog. I love my dog. She's a really good dog.
You know, really high quality stuff. But AVGN felt like a real show. There were characters, there were special effects and production values. It had a theme song. A lot of episodes had storylines that actually led directly into the next episode. There were even DVDs. It really made it feel like a legit series rather than just some videos on the internet. Making fun of bad media is certainly not something revolutionary at this point. Even at the time, James was certainly not the first person to do it. I remember my dad showing me Mystery Science Theater 3000 movies when I was a kid. Something that I'm sure James Rolfe was also into, even though I'm not sure if I can confirm that. But unique concept or not, it's just funny. It was back then, and it still is. Just the entire idea of this nerdy guy who's completely stuck in the past, tormented by these old games from his childhood that he just can't get over for some reason.
I wasted all my time on this shit. I want it back. It ruined my life.
And it's even relatable, especially with older games. Most of the time when I get angry at a video game these days, it's because it's trying to screw me over financially, or trying to make me play online even though it's a single player game. Oh, you think you could play your game you spent $70 on? Sorry. We shut down the servers. Fuck you. Or crashing out because I'm getting destroyed in some competitive multiplayer game. Back in the day, especially when I was a kid, you just kind of got whatever game you got. There was no internet. You didn't really have any idea whether it was good or not. You just pick a game with cool box art and pray. Most of the games I got were just random gifts from my parents or grandparents, and it's not like they knew what games were good. And if it sucked, and you were stuck with it. But even if it was a game I kind of liked, like Bart's Nightmare, it was so cryptic and impossible to figure out. Like on this part, you have to hold the R button to make sure Maggie doesn't shoot you with the stupid pacifier. Like, how the hell was I supposed to know that? How would you literally ever figure that out? It took me 25 years to figure it out. I mean, one of the games my grandma got me was Porky Pig's Haunted Holiday. It's got a character that she knows on it. It's a game. It's gotta be good, right? No, Grandma. No. Even Porky's pissed he's playing this piece of piss. What about Karnov? Is this game good? I don't know. I own the game and I don't even know if it's good. Huh. It doesn't sound good. Oh wait, it's rated 5 stars. Maybe it is good. Call this phone number to find out. Hey, is Karnov for the Nintendo a good game?
I'm not gonna tell you again. Stop calling me!
Hello? Even classic games I love to this day still pissed me off. You think the day-to-night transitions in Simon's Quest are bad?
Why does this need to happen so often?
Try when Van comes to visit you in Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Oh, come on! Come on! God damn! Again, complaining about bad stuff in video games is just objectively funny. I mean, there's still people who do it to great success today. James Rolfe was just really, really early on the trend. In fact, I guess he started the trend. And it wasn't just scream, rage, curse, ranting, bullshit, fuck farts. I mean, that was definitely part of it.
This is shit sauce! This is a blizzard of balls!
It's a bunch of putrid anal shit coming out of a rhinoceros asshole.
But there were actual clever and funny bits too. Admittedly, some of the colorful rants started to feel a bit obligatory in later seasons. But again, even after rewatching so much of it for this video, I still find a lot of it funny. I mean, some of these lines are just classic. I still find myself quoting things like, ass! Fuck! Whenever something pisses me off. And my all-time favorite AVGN quote,
what were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
What the fuck were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
I use that one all the time. We breathe and swallow food down the same pipe? What were they thinking? We urinate from the same place we orgasm? What were they thinking? Some of my favorites are when it gets a little bit too dark and disturbing that even he has to apologize for it.
You'd rather listen to your only infant child puking to death. That is, choking on his own puke chunks. That's disgusting. I apologize.
So many of the classic video game reviewer tropes were done first by AVGN. Being so traumatized by the game that you just have to review it. You cannot help yourself. Or maybe it's a character or a villain that's forcing you to play the game against your will. Evil twins or clones. Time travel. Even little kids bully him into playing games in an episode.
Play the game.
No, I played the game enough tonight.
Destroying the game after you're done reviewing it, that one's a classic. And he was even the first that I know of to do holiday-themed episodes and even topic episodes.
God damn it!
I mean, James pioneered so many different things that I can't even think of them all to list in this video. With Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe inspired a metric ass ton of people to become fans of retro video games. Whether they were getting back into old games they loved as a kid, or even younger people playing old games that they would have never heard about otherwise. Yes, kind of ironic that a guy ranting about old shitty games that are so bad they're still haunting him into adulthood actually made people more interested in playing. But it's not really that surprising if you've actually seen the show. Despite all the angry stuff, James clearly likes retro games, and he includes a lot of segments where he talks about good games like Zelda, Mario, Castlevania, etc.
This game is simply a masterpiece. I love it.
He even does videos about good games sometimes. He did an entire video about Super Mario Bros. 3. Even the bad games, a lot of the time you can tell he's a big fan of the actual source material like Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones, Star Trek, and he often talks about the history of old games, especially at the start of episodes. Even entire videos sometimes, like the Nintendo Power episode and the Sword Quest episode. That video was essentially just a documentary of Sword Quest and the competition that went along with it. In fact, a lot of my favorite episodes are the episodes he's talking about games he actually likes. And speaking of my favorite episodes, all this talk about angry video game nerds making me feel pretty nostalgic, and what's more nostalgic, especially on this channel, than a top 10? Here is my top 10 favorite angry video game nerd episodes. Number 10, episode 108, Ghosts and Goblins. Right off the bat, we have an episode of a good game that he reviewed. According to the episode, this is the first NES game that he ever played, and boy, what a first game to start with.
Naturally, I got my ass kicked.
Having a personal attachment to a game you're reviewing is always fun, and I love it when he uses clips of himself as a kid raging. You can kind of see the personality of angry video game nerd even early on.
I lose every game!
And even though it is a good game, it's also a notoriously difficult one, so it still works with the angry video game nerd rage bits. And when he finally does beat all the levels, he gets a classic crappy NES ending screen.
This room is an illusion and is a trap devised by Satan?
And of course, if you're already familiar with the game, you have to do it all over again.
Because this time I'm twice as fucking pissed off!
Number 9, episode 164, Home Alone games with Macaulay Culkin.
I'm playing Home Alone games with Macaulay Culkin!
Really? Never seen that before. Let me just get back to the fucking games.
Kevin McAllister would never say the fuck word. The fact that James actually got Macaulay Culkin on this episode is reason enough for me to put it in my top 10 as a chronic Home Alone rewatcher. I've probably seen this movie like 50 times. The main problem is that some of the Home Alone games aren't really that interesting, but there's definitely some funny bits still.
They had me pelting innocent businessmen baseballs? They're making me a fucking asshole.
And I love the ending where they set booby traps for the games, just like Kevin does in the movies. Booby. Number 8, episode 142, Berenstain Bears. Ostensibly a video reviewing Berenstain Bears games, but it quickly devolves into AVGN absolutely crashing out over Mandela effect conspiracies.
It's not Berenstain or Berenstain. It's Bloodstain.
It's one of the more memorable newer episodes for me. And by new, I mean 2016. Number 7, episode 32, Atari porn. Yes, an episode about porn games for the Atari 2600. I don't think I can show clips from the actual games, but just trust me, it's very erotic. In fact, this episode was apparently too hot for YouTube, being the only episode that I know of that isn't up on the official Cinemassacre YouTube channel. Or I should say, it was the only episode that wasn't up until they uploaded a censored version in 2023. With only minor censorship. This wasn't just a censored re-upload, he really went all out with it.
There's an Atari game, Custer's Revenge, where you fluff a feathered chick up against a cactus.
It's basically a parody of censored R-rated movies on TV. I usually watch the uncensored episode on the DVD, but honestly, it might be funnier with the censored YouTube version. And that's saying something because even the original is still one of the funniest episodes in my opinion.
Could you imagine if you're just sitting around minding your own business, then all of a sudden, some naked chick breaks in and starts humping the crap out of you?
Number 6, episode 136, Caution Seaman. I ended up having more 2010s episodes in here than I expected, but this is the last of them. Other than some mainstream Nintendo games he talked about like Mario, Zelda, etc., this is one of the first times I was already very familiar with the game he was reviewing, so I had a lot of fun watching him experience this super trippy and sometimes even disturbing game for the first time.
He just flung shit at me!
Number 5, episode 79 through 82, Castlevania Part 1 through 4. Technically 4 different episodes, but I'm just gonna count them as one. James clearly loves Castlevania because he references it all the time. I really love listening to James talk about things that he loves. He's one of those people who can make you want to watch or play something even if you've never had any interest in it before. And seeing him revisit Castlevania Simon's Quest is a lot of fun, and he gives a much more nuanced take on it this time. Number 4, episode 46, Super Mario Bros. 3. There's a few games covered before this you could argue were decent-ish, but this is the first review of an indisputably great game on AVGN. And it's definitely a nice change of pace. As someone who's done these kind of game review videos for a long time, it's definitely fun to make fun of bad games, but you can make really entertaining videos about games you like too, as proven here all the way back in 2008. He somehow manages to make a convincing argument that this game is demonic.
The 8th letter of the alphabet is H, 5 equals E, 12 equals L. What's that spell? Hell!
And it all devolves into a duel to the death with not only the game itself, but with Jesus Christ, or excuse me, Super Mega Death Christ, Satan himself, and every video game console and controller in the room? Yeah, only an AVGN video could turn a Super Mario Bros. 3 review into whatever the hell's going on here. Number 3, episode 17, Bible games. If the Super Mario Bros. 3 video proves that you can make funny videos about good games, the Bible's games episode proves that there's a reason people talk about bad games too. Because it's hilarious.
Moses' mom carrying baby Moses, carrying a block of cheese, carrying a guy carrying a spear.
One of the funniest episodes to me, and it even got me interested in collecting unlicensed NES games. And I even got a boxed copy of Bible Adventures at a convention one time. Lucky me. Number 2, episode 12, Friday the 13th. The very first of many Halloween AVGN specials. The review portion is great. It's got all that classic, kind of slow-paced season 1 AVGN feel, which I love. I still remember watching this episode on DVD a long time ago in my tiny apartment while probably skipping my college classes. Kind of around the time I started thinking, hey, maybe there's a future in this whole video game internet reviewer thing. Probably not. And of course, what it's most remembered for, Jason himself forcing him to play the game and trying to kill him when he just can't take it anymore. Then the episode ends.
This game is fucking horrible!
And he falls into a drunken, rolling rock-induced sleep to transition into part 2 of the first AVGN Halloween special on Nightmare on Elm Street. Another classic episode. I always loved the whole 4 AVGN clones thing. Hold it! I have a confession to make. I talked about AVGN ripoffs briefly, but I failed to mention the biggest AVGN ripoff of all time. This person's plagiarism is so bad that he should be, and I don't want to be too hyperbolic here, put to death! Yeah. That. The Peanut Butter Gamer.
Son of a bitch.
The fact that my entire sketch comedy video game review style show is exactly the same as his aside, I screamed about bad games a million times. I've done videos on weird and obscure games, something he did a lot of. I've talked about similar games like unlicensed NES games that I wouldn't have even known about if not for him. I've covered exact games that he's reviewed. I've started a video reading comments begging me to talk about something just like he did. I've done the I just can't escape these shitty games trope he created. I've had an evil burning game force me to play it. I've gotten a bad game I hated for a Christmas present just like he did. I've done the exact kind of cloning multiple versions of myself bit that he did even recently. Early on, I even had an entire intro about how pissed off I was.
I'm a little pissed off right now.
I even had all my games on a shelf behind me and completely unframed video game posters on my wall in the exact same way that he did. And his DVD in the background too, for that matter. Ah well, I might as well lean into it. Can I get my costume back? Thanks. Oh wait, almost forgot my number 1 AVGN episode. Number 1, NES accessories. One of my favorite things about Angry Video Game Nerd videos is how he always has the actual physical thing that he's talking about. Whether it's a game or a console, or in the case of this video, a bunch of different very weird and sometimes useless accessories. This episode has pretty much everything. It's funny, it's unique. It shows you a bunch of different random accessories that you would absolutely never try in real life.
I would look so cool walking around listening to my iPod with this fucking thing on my head.
It has a third, I'm pretty sure, attempt at landing a plane in Top Gun, which is one of the better running gags in the early AVGN seasons. Of course, he fails again. Ass! And it even gives a tease into the next video at the end. And hey, that gives me an idea for my next video. Okay. GAMECUBE space ACC.
Thank you for watching my videos. Click on other videos or just go away. Subscribe for more videos and go away.